Hello and welcome back to Listen, You Beautiful Bitch. We're a shady self-help podcast for our younger selves, and we are back in person, risking it all, hanging out together. We're clean. It's fine. But we just couldn't do Skype one more week. We couldn't do it. So we're here together again, finally reunited. I'm Hannah.
I'm Katie.
I'm Susie.
And I'm Sandra.
And we're so happy you're here with us.
I missed
All right.
everybody so much.
Oh, God. Oh, God. It
I've
was not
never been
good.
happier to see you bitches.
Seriously.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Like we had this plan, this grand plan of like, we're still going to socially distance. We're just going to be on the back porch and we'll all sit really far apart. Nope. And then we came in and all gave each other a hug and we're like, okay, now that we've hugged, can we just like do this in the house? Like, can we just pretend like this never happened? Nope. So yeah, it's a good day. I hope the audio quality is way, way better than it has been on Skype. Sorry for that for the past few weeks, but
That's all
thanks
my
for
bad.
It's all of us. I mean, yeah, it just wasn't built for our level of expertise. Like obviously,
Emporium sucks.
you know, I've been listening to other podcasts and they sound really good. And they're like, oh yeah, we're on Skype or we're on Zoom.
It's Comporium.
Maybe it is because I was like,
Comporium
It's the man. Well, yeah, you were always fine though.
y'all's internet sucks. Both of y'all.
I've
Yeah.
got
No
Comporium.
offense.
Yeah, I hate it. Yep.
No, Katie was always good with me.
Both of them I struggled with, but Susie especially was
Oh yeah, mine was awful.
fucking bullshit.
I hated it.
And then I froze for like the entire
Oh, for
episode.
me, you did that one time.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. But when your video came up, it was amazing quality. Really.
hair toss.
So maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, we're over it. We're risking it.
Over it.
So each week we ask each other a question to get to know each other a little bit better, maybe learn something new. So this week's question is, what smell grosses you out the most? Sandra?
Rotten food.
I knew it.
Anything that's rotten, that is food. Specifically tomatoes, which I never thought could smell so bad, but
Rotten potatoes also smell horrendous. Like we had some, I remember being a kid and my parents had this big cabinet and like we kept smelling something in the house. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It smells horrible. And I opened the bottom drawer of the mom and aunt cabinet, that Hoosier cabinet that I have in my house now. And the potatoes had literally like rotted into just liquid. It was just like a bag.
Yep.
And like I opened the drawer and all these gnats flew out and I was like, oh no, that was it.
Oh
I'm gonna need
god.
y'all not to make that noise.
Okay. Sorry.
I will throw up.
that has, rotten food makes me like immediately nauseous. Nothing bodily makes me nauseous except for a placenta, which when I observed childbirth, the placenta is this worst smelling thing I've ever smelled.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
People eat that.
Oh, sorry.
Just pan fry it with a little butter.
Yeah. Or they dry it.
Well,
Placenta jerky.
I feel like I could get on board with the encapsulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally do that. But I'm not gonna eat it raw.
No.
I don't want to eat anything like.
I don't understand how people do lotus births where they birth the baby, birth the uterus or the placenta, and then they don't detach it. They let it fall off.
Yes, that's weird.
So you're carrying around a baby and a placenta until it literally rots off. I don't know. I just feel like you're giving your baby a nice chance at sepsis.
Ugh, makes me gag thinking about it.
Katie,
Yep.
what about you?
Cigarette breath. It will literally make me throw up right off the bat.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
Especially if it's tainted or tinted with any sort of like alcohol or morning breath or food.
Ooh, morning cigarette breath is the
Oh,
worst.
it's just like it almost has like a texture to it. It's just nasty. Like you, I don't.
Yeah,
even,
it does have a texture to it. That's
Yeah, you're right.
No, I had someone.
So gross.
I guess it was right after college, and I'd moved out to California, and we'd had this huge party, and some of my boyfriend's friends had like crashed in the house, and one of them came in the next morning and opened the door, and we're like naked in bed, and he's like, "I didn't realize you had a cat, but one clearly walked in and shit in my mouth last night." It's like that's exactly what it feels like, just having a mouthful of cat shit.
That's awful.
Oh, didn't you guys miss us so much?
Oh yeah.
Placenta,
I completely
cat
agree.
poop.
Yeah.
Well, mine's similar to Sandra's. It is old or rotting food, especially if it's been sealed in a Tupperware or like sealed in the dishwasher. So like if someone puts a bunch of dirty dishes in the dishwasher and then doesn't start it, and then I open it, I'm like, ooh,
Who would
Yeah,
do
that's
that?
a bad.
I don't know, a monster.
A husband would do
A
that.
husband would do that.
Oh my god.
No way.
I made a Cajun cream sauce. Ryan had to do the dishes. He didn't start it. I opened it the next morning
No.
and almost fainted.
That's like any kind of cream based anything or cheese when it's old. Oh.
Because it's just trapped in there, all that
Yeah.
those smells, and then you open it, and it's like
Yup.
a little time bomb that's just been waiting to assault your face.
Yeah. No.
No, so that will literally trigger my gag reflex. Like I can handle. I'm a fainter when it comes to medical stuff, but it doesn't make me sick. I just like lose
Yeah.
consciousness. It's like, oh, cool! Like the room is spinning and now it's gone. Everything's gone.
Like I'd much rather deal with vomit than rotten food.
No. See? Nope.
wanna
Mine's
do that
vomit.
either.
Nope. Mine is vomit. I can't. I can handle poop all day. Solid or non-solid. There's something about vomit.
I mean, it's
Really,
gross.
Looking at
anything
it's
that
one
comes
thing.
out of somebody else, I don't want to deal with it.
I mean, yeah, I prefer not to, yeah. But, oh my God, if I see, like, someone projectile vomited once because he ate strawberries at school. I didn't know he didn't like strawberries. I was like, just fucking eat your strawberries. And then I was like, oh my, like, I just smelled it. I mean, looking at it is awful too, but just the smell alone, I was like, I don't want to eat strawberries for a really long time.
I've already been researching like how I want to potty train my children, and I just want the African potty training where you just hold them over the toilet until they go. Babies. And then they learn. You learn their schedule, and then you never use a diaper.
Oh,
Ish.
God. Let them run around
Look
the house
into it.
naked.
It feels like a lot of work, but then I wouldn't have to like touch it.
True.
I
I just don't want to touch it.
I've plenty of times
don't
gotten
have to
poop
touch
on
it.
my hands.
I don't
like,
want to.
and it's obviously
We don't
not
have
mine.
to.
I'm gonna have to.
That's why.
At some point, poop is gonna touch
Yeah.
every one of us that
Oh,
has
it's
a kid.
gonna get somewhere too. And you may not realize it right away either. That's the
And you're
scary
like,
part. Yep, you're gonna find it somewhere random.
Stop. Look, Katie can't handle this. We need to move on. We need to move on.
It really will make me throw up. I gotta find like a potty trained like 4-year-old that just needs a home.
You give birth and you're like, all right, can you guys keep him for like 4 years?
I'll visit every other weekend. Just let me know how he's doing.
Just get a nanny and have them do it.
Oh god, that really
There you go.
throw
Yeah.
up.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh God.
So now we're going to talk about what we're crying about. This is things that upset us or hurt our feelings or just made us feel like, I don't like it. So we'll start with Sandra.
Mine has been just the weekends so far have been really shitty as far as eating badly and drinking a lot. During the week I do hard. During the week I do pretty well.
girl, same.
But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? This has just been my life, so this is nothing new. But refinishing furniture is fucking annoying, and I hate it.
Yeah.
But the results are beautiful.
Well, they're not done yet.
Yeah, they
Mike's
will be.
gonna finish sanding because I realized that I hate sanding.
Really?
I
love
fucking
sanding.
hate.
I do too. I think it's so satisfying.
Y'all can just come over and do it
I'll help you.
because I hate it.
What sort of house projects do you like?
Nothing.
No.
She likes cleaning,
I'll clean.
Yeah, cleaning.
which
That's more than most people can say.
that's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to
I'll
come
hang
over,
up some pictures.
you're good at that. You are really good at
I'll
that.
buy some stuff. Put it somewhere.
If you'll clean my house, I will paint and do all your house projects.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that's a
You'll
good trade.
clean my house and hang on my pictures. I will help Hannah do your
I would say I'll help do the projects. Yeah, I don't even care. Fuck.
Anyway,
I'm excited. They're gonna look good.
Susie, what are you crying about?
I don't know. I was really hungover Saturday, drinking with the roommate, which was a lot of fun. But oh my fucking God! And I DoorDashed basically all Saturday long. It was horrible. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I got Chick-fil-A and then I got a smoothie and then slept a little bit. So yeah, just this past weekend was a little rough. Jesus, it's so different like being hungover and like drinking at home like that too. And like I said, it was fun, but I would have had more fun like being out with multiple people. But you know, it was okay.
It's always nice knowing that other people are hungover too. Like when it's just you, you feel like real shit, but then you're like, everyone else feels like shit too. We had such a good time.
Yeah, but like I don't know, Brie was so good too. She like went out and like did stuff the next day, kind of. And I mean, she probably felt like shit too from what she said. But I was just like, man,
How old is Brie?
26, 27?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. She bounces back. She's smart too, and she downed like a ton of water before bed. And I don't even know how I got upstairs. Like, I fell asleep with my sticky boobs on. I woke up and I was like, the fuck are these?
Yeah, I mean, Mike and I had a real dirty sex. Like, dirty.
Oh.
Yeah, up the butt.
And I ordered Chick-fil-A too, DoorDash on
I saw
Saturday.
that. Oh my god, that picture you sent was so great. I was like,
I will charge you $5 to pick up your Chick-fil-A. $30 for Chick-fil-A is ridiculous.
No, it was like 25, but still, it was a lot.
Just call me.
It's worth it for me.
Yeah, you don't live close.
The delivery fee is only like $5. It's like you order all the stuff and then you have taxes, and then when you're drunk and hungover, you're not ordering rationally. I ordered
Susie
5
showed me-
large Chick-fil-A drinks the last time I was hungover. 5. They didn't fit into a drink carrier. They had to make 2 trips because I was like, I'm just so thirsty.
Oh my god. When Susie sent me the picture of just like her small Chick-fil-A order, I was like, I would have just gone and got it for you. I live in your
It
neighborhood.
was so sad. All I got was like 10 chicken minis and like, what else did I get? Hash browns and an iced coffee. Not necessary.
I would have just got it for
I
you.
know. I was just so. I ordered
Next
it really
time.
early in the morning
Just let me
too.
know.
Those Chick-fil-A biscuits, man.
God, they're so good.
I should have just gotten a biscuit.
The bowls. That's my hangover cure.
Oh, those are
The
good
burrito
too.
too.
Yeah, with the eggs, cheese.
What I should
Hash
have
browns
done
and chicken?
was just order a shit ton more, and it would have been totally worth it.
While we're on the topic of Chick-fil-A,
Let's talk about it.
I have been watching a lot of TikTok recently because I'm stuck at the house.
So great.
And I found a TikTok that's all about secret Chick-fil-A.
What?
All right. You get a regular sandwich. You get the Chick-fil-A sauce and the spicy sriracha. You take the filet out of the bag or out of the sandwich, put it back in the bag, dump the sauce in it, shake it around, put it back on the bread. Fuck me up if that is not the most delicious
I bet
bullshit
it's
I have ever
so
fucking
good.
tasted.
Oh my god.
So much work. I'm way too lazy.
I'll do it. Not when I'm hungover, but I'll do it.
It barely
I'll do
makes it out of the bag before I'm shoving it in my mouth.
Well, I've heard you
so.
can get like cheese fries too. Like if you ask for,
I know you can get the fries extra crispy.
but I've heard you can get
Yeah.
like cheese on it too, like pepper jack or something like
Yeah.
crazy. Which I'm just I don't know.
Because sometimes the waffle fries, I don't ever want the waffle fries. I just want
I like them with the honey mustard dip.
all the chicken. It's so fucking good.
I like the fries.
I like it all.
I like it all.
I like it all.
I just like them with the dip.
Also, while we're on the subject of Chick-fil-A, lemon flavored vodka in the iced lemonade.
Testament. Yep.
Drink it in the Chick-fil-A parking lot.
Is it good?
It was
Ooh.
amazing.
It's so fucking good. I'm not recommending you do that last part because that's illegal. But
If it happens, it happens.
if it happens, it happens. Don't blame us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, we were running errands. First to the liquor. I thought we were just going to the liquor store. So like I had on shorts. I hadn't shaved my legs. I had my mask on. I was like,
Still
just
got
the
hit
li-
on.
I
Still
did.
got hit on at the
Hell
liquor
yeah,
store.
girl.
I did. I did. The guy literally said to me, "I don't know what you look like, but are you a married woman?" I was like,
Oh my god, that's amazing.
"If that's your standards at this point." I had on my glasses, my mask.
Listen, it's desperate times, okay?
They were desperate times. I'm standing there with all of
Whatever,
my
you're still
alcohol.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right, buddy. But anyway,
That's great.
so thought we were just going to the liquor store, and he's like, I need to go to Walmart to pick up Battleship.
I gotta have something to do.
I know.
Oh
So
my God.
We went to Walmart, past the Texas Roadhouse line, which was literally around the corner out to Dave Lyle.
I saw, yeah, that
Like,
was nuts.
There had to have been 50 cars in line at Texas
More than that
Roadhouse.
because the parking lot was full.
That's insane.
What?
Like
fuck?
all people doing takeout.
Fucking
Texas Roadhouse is gonna survive.
Yeah.
The pandemic.
that honey butter, apparently that's the cure.
Oh, that is good though.
So random.
I know, it was so random. Like we pulled up and we like kept getting stopped. We're like, what the fuck is happening right now? But anyway,
I love that you got Battleship though. I've been low key wanted to buy myself like a little Lego set just to like fucking occupy myself. Okay, I might like whatever, no shame. Where the fuck am I gonna put it? I don't know, but display it on the kitchen table downstairs.
maybe.
Bree's gonna be like, what the fuck?
There was a Lego Yoda.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I
was
want
pretty cool.
like a really complicated one, but I don't want to spend like $100 on fucking Legos.
Oh,
So I'm
they're-
just like,
So you're gonna spend. I have the big sets that we've gotten. I always ask for from Ryan's parents for Christmas because
see, and I might
I don't
just
know.
like get like maybe like a $80 one. I don't know.
honestly, you could just get a box of Legos for like $19 and
That's
just build your
true.
own.
Do
shit.
your
I really
thing.
want a Star Wars one though. That might just be like an obnoxious, unnecessary purchase I make the next week or so.
We all have them.
Okay.
But yeah,
Don't judge me.
we're leaving Walmart, and Katie goes, "How wild are you feeling right now?" And I was like, "Well, It's like, give me a range. I was like, she's like, okay, so if like 10 is like showing your tits at Walmart and 9 is taking the vodka we just bought and putting it in a Chick-fil-A milkshake. I was like, 9, let's do it.
Sounds so good though.
I'm ready. So, wasn't quite at showing my tits at Walmart stage yet.
Could have been after those though.
They were
Anyway,
so
it's
fucking
delicious.
good.
I'm gonna try
It's
that.
so fucking good.
In a milkshake or in lemonade?
The frozen lemonade, it's got ice cream in it.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's really fucking good.
All right.
Like,
Doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You heard it from us.
yep.
Heck yeah.
Be safe out there. Anyway, Katie, what are you crying about?
I'm crying because of the color of my pee. Had a UTI, had to go to the doctor, spent 4.5 hours in the doctor getting medicine for the UTI. They give it to me, I go home, I take one. Instantly my pee is like crazy colors. And I'm like, whoa, this is nuts. It's gotten progressively darker. It's like this color now, it's red.
You're still drinking water and stuff, right?
Yes, I'm drinking a shit ton of water. So this was it at day 2.
Holy
Oh.
shit, girl.
Yeah. Dates. We got day
Okay.
2 now. I sent Hannah this. This is what it was like at day 1.
Wow.
God.
What it was like at day 1. So we're on day 4 now, and like, when I looked in the toilet, I thought I had started my period,
Jeez.
and I was like,
crazy.
so it makes all of the other fluids yellow. So I'm like wiping and wiping and wiping, and it's still yellow. And I'm like, this is not possible. I get like a lady wipe, wipe, still kind of yellow.
Oh my god.
Finally get to the end, and I'm like, well, I didn't start my period. That's just the color of my pee. So it like, it scares me every time I go to the bathroom. I'm like, that's not right.
That's terrifying.
That's not, my body
This
shouldn't
ain't
do this.
healthy.
No, I don't
And then
blame you.
on the bottle it says may cause discolored urine, but like I feel like they need to add a little bit more to
They
that.
cause extreme discolored
Like you're gonna
urine.
be scared when you look in the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So
is terrifying. What the
that's
fuck?
it.
Oh.
Crying about my pee.
Do you feel better?
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
It
those are
doesn't
the
burn
worst.
when I pee anymore.
I
That's
don't
great.
miss that.
Delicious.
That's fine.
Speaking of delicious, let's talk about what Hannah's crying about.
I'm crying happy tears because Maggie turned 12 last week. I know. So she had her 12th birthday and she's looking all gray and sassy, but it's not slowing her down. She had several birthday cakes.
And some poop and Cheez-Its.
Yep. That was a few days later, the little dessert, if you will. But yeah, we've been together a very long time. You know, I got her when she was 5 weeks old. So 12 years later, here we are. She's my ride or die at this point. So I'm very happy she's still with me, and I'm hoping she's going to live to be at least 18 because then I will have spent half my life with her. And she's really not slowing down. Like, I mean, slowing down a little bit, but she's still,
Just don't bring any things.
still bringing me dead possums in the middle. That's what I'm crying about. Fuck her birthday. I was watching Ozarks the other day, minding my own business, and she comes in through her dog door, which is totally normal. She just I just hear like a little slap of the dog door. And she comes in the living room and just drops a dead possum on the rug in front of me. And I was like, what the fuck? No.
You're just like, get it out of
And
here.
I was like, what? No.
Not one.
And she looked at me like, what? I don't understand what the problem is. I'm like, ugh. And it was like a little baby possum. So yeah, I got a bunch of paper towels and like a plastic bag and like picked him up and just took him out and like set him next to the trash can, because the thing with possums is they pretend to be dead as like a defense mechanism. I'm like, I'm not going to throw this poor little dude away if he's just like faking it. So like I laid him next to the trash can. I'm like, okay, I'll go back in the morning, and that way if he was just acting, just playing possum, he can get up and leave. I was like, but if he's not, then I can just pick up the bag and throw him away. So
Was he dead?
No, got up the next morning and he was gone. I don't know, but
I'm gonna say you made it.
I'm gonna say he made it
Yeah.
too. It does look like he peed in the bag though. Like,
You scared him.
well, I'd be scared too.
He's just like,
He
stop peeing.
be cool.
Be cool. Shit.
So yeah, I'm crying because once again there has been a possum inside my house.
Oh. Poor Hannah.
So
They're so
Sandra,
They're
Yeah.
so gross.
He was a little baby. He was really cute,
They are
actually.
super cute.
No, I know.
But like the full grown one was much grosser. The little baby was still kind of
They're a
cute.
lot more vicious when they're older too.
Well, yeah, they hiss with all those teeth. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been there.
Their tails look like earthworms.
they do.
Ew.
You can just pick them up by the tail and toss them though. Like that's
Oh god.
apparently the best way to get rid of them.
The best way to get rid of them is pick them up by tail and
Pick-
toss
you
'em.
just pick them by the tail, swing them a few times, and let them fly.
Jesus.
You are from this area
Yeah, something like
of the world.
This area of the world.
I'll never forget whenever I was down at Jennifer and Jason's and this goose like fucking got down, like saw me and like got down like it's and just like charged me. And I was like, fucking die, like screaming, like
Did you
running.
guys watch
and
that TikTok I sent y'all with the geese in the video where the lady like ate shit?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
They're really scary when they're running after you.
They're mean. They're like not nice.
That
They-
lady just
It's
have you ever seen their tongues? Like
Oh, they're like worms. They're really
Ew.
freaky.
Okay, so Canadian geese are like that, but like white geese, there's a name for them. I don't know what they are. Their tongues are like razor blades. They're like serrated,
that's terrifying.
I don't like that.
and they hiss.
well,
And for whatever
Jason-
reason, Ryan wants one as a pet.
Why?
I don't know.
Good watchdog.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do not want.
Well, Jason grabbed it by the neck and threw it in the pond. So
Oh my god.
apparently you can do that with geese.
I mean, it's a lot of surface area. It makes sense.
Yeah.
You swing it around.
Yep. Swing it around.
God.
And let it fly.
Jesus.
All right. Speaking of geese, today we're moving on to our topic, which is all about your first visit to the OBGYN. Or just visits to the OBGYN in general.
I'm never going to look at a goose the same.
Speaking of geese, yeah, the little flapper feet. Similar.
I'm thinking like this, the little speculum that goes in there.
Oh god.
That's a
It is kind of like a goose.
Like a
Like,
goose smell. Gross. So,
All right.
Susie, I'm going to start with you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you first went to the OBGYN? Did you go by yourself or did you have a relative with you? Please share.
Got my period when I was 14, so I'm pretty sure I went relatively quickly after that. Like I was either like within the same month or within the same time frame. I don't know. I went with my mom, and it was okay. It was more just like I don't know. I didn't want to go because I was like, no, I was a tomboy. I was like, I don't want to be a girl. Like why? But no, it was cool. I remember it was like I think it was a lady. She was really cool. She like warmed up the little tongs.
oh, that was nice.
Nice.
Go in your vagina, which they don't always do that. So, no, it was cool from what I remember. And I don't really remember much of it, but yeah, it wasn't like traumatic or anything. It was easy, and my mom had already kind of filled me in a good amount, so it was more just an inconvenience at the time. I was like, fuck. But yeah, yep. Sandra.
Mine, I was 17 because that was when I started my period. So then I went shortly after that, and my mom was with me. And I remember her asking if like she could come in the room with me, and I was like, no, I got this, Mom.
I'm a grown woman.
Me and my A cup bra titties have got this. I don't know why I just thought of that. I was just thinking like how small my tits were, and I was just like, I got this, Mom.
I'm a grown woman, okay?
But yeah, they didn't warm up the utensils. I feel like we should call, I don't know, devices.
Tool? Yeah, utensil. What are they?
I wonder if they call them utensils.
Salad tossers.
Ooh. No. No.
Absolutely not.
It's like, I don't know.
Anyway, they did not warm up the utensils.
Instruments.
Thank
Boom.
you. Thank you.
We
God.
know words.
Yes. I work in the medical device company world. So, what? Anyway, Hannah, what about you?
Honestly, I don't remember my first. I mean, like I remember it, but I don't remember how old I was. I don't remember really much about it at all. And I think it's because I didn't go until pretty late, actually. I don't think my first visit was until after I'd been having sex for several years. Like I might have been 18 or 19. I think probably 19 because I feel like this was after I'd been to Wyoming and I was having sex on a regular basis. And so I was like, hey, I want an IUD. Like first trip in there. She's like, are you worried about anything? I'm like, IUD. Stop those babies. Like, I'm not interested. Because I only went to get birth control. But yeah, I don't remember anything about it except like the room that I sat in. And I remember her telling me that she wouldn't give me an IUD. She's like, I don't really like to do that if a woman hasn't had a baby already because it's so painful. They're just not really prepared for it.
You're like, I don't even want a baby. That's the whole
I know. I was like,
point.
the whole point is not to have a baby. So maybe this will discourage that even further. But whatever. So yeah, like I don't really remember. I think my mom took me. I may have driven myself though. I mean, I was a grown ass woman at that point, had my own car. I don't know. It did not make a big impression on me at all. But Katie?
I was 18. I didn't have health insurance, and I went to the health department because it was free. And I wanted birth control, and it was fine. It was an old man. He had to do like the full thing. So like touch your boobs, press on your stomach,
That's worse. Ugh.
go right up in there,
Get the fingers up in there.
swab around.
Did he buy you dinner first?
He did not. But there was like a lady present because there has to be. She was like talking. She's like, so what do you do? Like, what do you do for fun? And I was like, I don't want to do this with you right now. I was like, I think I said, I don't know. I like to read. So that was that. And then they gave me my birth control pills. It was good.
I love it when they put a picture on the ceiling for you to look at. Like I do remember, I don't
like
think
a
it was my
cat.
first, but one of my doctors had like a beach scene on the ceiling. And I was like, well, that's a nice touch at least.
I was like a
Never
cat
had that.
hanging from the tree. It said, "Let's just
Hang in there?"
there.
That's
Not what you
encouraging.
want to hear. I think that's not what you
No,
want
I
to hear.
was-
I feel like I've always seen like just beach scenes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like
I
on the
would've
walls.
Preferred that.
No, I've never had a ceiling
No,
painting.
mine was right up on the ceiling because I remember thinking like, that's a nice touch.
I don't know that I've ever been in a decorated one. They just always look like doctor's offices.
Well, right, it looks like a
Yeah.
doctor's office, but there's like some sort of a painting somewhere.
I think the first few that I went to were actually OBGYN offices. So that was kind of their main focus. Whereas now my doctor is like a general practitioner.
Oh, so that's what I had when I was younger. I think was just a general practitioner. It wasn't like an actual OBGYN technically. I mean, they were, but like, yeah, they did all of the things. Family doctor.
Cool.
Interesting.
So let's talk about our first Pap smears because those are weird. Hannah,
Once again, I don't remember. I really don't.
the scraping. You don't remember that?
I don't remember any. Like, I do not remember my first experience. Again, I think I was slightly at an advantage because I had been having sex already. And I mean, I started having sex when I was 16. So if I went to the doctor at 19, like I was used to at least having things down there. It wasn't like this very traumatizing thing of like what's happening. I'm like, yeah, no shit can fit down there. It's fine. Everything's fine. And so, yeah, like it really did not make a big impression on me or anything. I do, like, even now, it still feels awkward just because it's not a natural feeling. Like, it's something cold and, like, you get a draft and, like, shit like that. Like, it's like a tube inside you, which is weird.
Yeah.
Cream they use.
Yeah, and they use that cream and then... But the scraping, yeah, like, it just never really bothered me at all. Like, I feel like I'm not a great contributor to this particular topic. So I'm like, it is what it is. It's fine. What about you, Sandra?
It was really weird because I had never shown my lady parts to anyone at that point in my life. I was a virgin, and even as a virgin, I hadn't done anything like,
Oh, mine were on full display.
I hadn't done any fingering, any like nothing like that yet. And so I was just like, I was really nervous because what the fuck? I just started my period. Just started using tampons because I was nervous to use tampons because never had anyone stick their thing up my vagina. And so it's like, this is a weird shape that's never gone up there. Weird. So it was really awkward. But the nurse practitioner that I had for throughout my like college life, her name was Misty, and she was awesome. And she was the one that always saw me, and she was just really always made me feel comfortable. And I wish she was up here because she was really great.
There's something to be said for a lady doctor that you know and trust. Like, now that I've been going to the same one for several years, I'm like, oh, Dr. Pyfrom, I love you so much. Like, thank you.
Yeah, I really like the one I have up here. She's I don't even know her name right now, but I really like her every time I go. Anyway, Katie, what about you?
So my first one wasn't great because I had a tilted cervix. So to get the Pap Shmear, they had to untilt it.
Schmear. Schmear, like you put on a bagel.
What is it?
Smear.
Whatever.
Like locks.
There's no schma.
Oh, Pap Shmear, whatever.
You could be Jewish,
Yeah.
surely.
Oh, when you get your first Pap Shmear. No, whatever. It's like I just pronounced it that way the first time.
I was not calling you. I really thought you had just messed up the one time. I was
No, I don't know.
not trying to call you out on how you pronounce that your
I
entire
think
life.
whenever you, because you're so good at it, I think when you get older, like grandma age, you could just say you're a Jewish grandmother. Like, just say you're Jewish because you do it so well.
you do.
And you
Want
just,
some matzo balls?
honey, have you gotten a Pap Shmear? Yeah. And you can just continue that.
Yeah. We'll find out. But anyway, my cervix was tilted. They had to untilt it. That is exceptionally painful. Like, maybe the most pain I've ever been in my life, probably. So not a fan. Yeah.
First time,
Of
too.
the Paps.
Oof.
And then, bonus points. It came back. We don't know if it's right or not. And they were like, you got to come back and do another one. And then that one was fine. And I was like, great,
Awesome.
cool. But it wasn't tilted the second time.
That's.
So
I'm very confused about, like,
Mine was tilted at one point, too.
it moves.
but then they can just move it back and it's fine.
Yeah, they force it to where they need to be, and then it fucking hurts.
Mine wasn't. I guess mine wasn't tilted enough to cause any issues, but it was tilted. Like, she was like, oh, it's tilted. And then the next time it wasn't.
Okay. Okay. Thuthen.
Mine was awkward too, just because I was also a virgin, and like, I don't know, I've always been like my muscles are very tight down there, so like they had a hard time. Granted, I was a virgin, so like I remember it being very uncomfortable. It was a lot of lube. I don't know.
Lube her up.
Even now, it's like if I don't, I'm like born again virgin after I just tighten up. Like I couldn't use tampons for the longest time because like they hurt, like, even the tiniest ones. So like until I was not a virgin anymore, then I could use one. It was just, I don't know. I'm just like
Clenching it up in there.
Let's add this to
probably
Susie's
because
list.
and it's probably
Susie
because,
doesn't
like,
gag.
fucking
Susie
shit.
squirts. Susie has the tightest vagina.
No. It's probably just because like at work, like I would always hold my pee, so like I'm doing Kegels without knowing it. So whatever. Okay, moving
Susie
on.
has
Jesus
a really
fucking-
strong vaginal wall.
I'm blushing. My cheeks are red. No, but they warmed up the utensils again, so that was always nice. I had the same doctor do it for years because
Gotta
it
get
was
the
my
blood flow going.
family practitioner. Fucking
Get the circulation.
Is it hot in here?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm always hot.
First Shmia was weird.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Yeah, not a fan.
Well, what about your first breast exam?
I have like a lot of breast cancer in my family history, so they did it really early on for me, and it sucked because I don't have a lot. I have nothing, so it hurts when they do the whole like squishing it in the little cold machine thing.
Oh, so you've had a full-on mammogram.
They have to when you have that much history. It sucks because you don't have anything to fucking squish. Fucking
Oh my
hurts.
god! Yeah, I've always wanted. Okay,
Yeah.
I heard it's like you make it like a pancake.
Yeah, it fucking
Basically.
hurts. Yeah, and they warn you when you're smaller, like it fucking hurts. So yeah, I remember that sucked. I was like 16 or
worry about it, you know.
17, which I was smaller then than I am now. So and then yeah, I don't know. Other than that, I probably should be better about doing self exams with my history, but I don't know. Like I don't. That was weird. I just don't like someone feeling up on my boobs because they're little. It's weird. I was very self-conscious about them back then, and I know it's like a doctor, but I was like, there's not a lot going on there. I feel like you would tell if they have a lump because it'd be like, whoa,
There
my
it
boob is
is.
big. Not to make light of it, but like you would know. So yeah, it
They
sucks.
can be like smaller than peas.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Damn.
A former boss of mine, she was a member of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee, and she got breast cancer. And like that was always a joke of hers, was like how tiny her boobs were, and like we would always laugh about it at work. And then yeah, she comes up with breast cancer out of nowhere. So
I need to-
it
I
can
need to
happen.
have
Everybody needs
another
to be
one.
safe.
Yeah.
Just double check.
Definitely be good
Check your
about getting
titties.
those.
Check your titties. Have someone else check them for you.
What about you, Hannah?
Again, did not. It just didn't make an impression on me. Like I literally can't remember the first time a doctor grabbed my boobs. I'm like, I should probably know this, right? Like, it should probably make some sort of impression, but
Oh, that's good. Better to know
I
impression
got
than
nothing.
bad
So
one.
yeah, like I don't know. I remember the first time a boy grabbed my boobs. So maybe it's just like that very first time is what it takes. And I haven't had the full mammogram or anything, so they haven't had to squish things or put things on platforms or whatever.
The first time a boy grabbed my boobs, I was stuffing my bra and I had 2 bras on.
Oh,
And he was like,
there's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, that's what they feel like.
It's a stress ball.
yeah, it's like one of those memory foam, like, just lay your head on them.
No, yeah, I remember first time a boy grabbed my boobs, I was 15. Like, I do remember that. So, vividly. I can remember exactly what I was wearing, everything. Doctor, no idea. I'm like, this is fine. Just do it. I don't care. This is for science.
I'd like to apologize to whoever that was that touched my boobs first. I don't even know.
Jeremy Stanley, I remember.
Like, I'm sorry, there was nothing there.
Stanley.
It's 2 first names. It's terrible.
I remember we met at business camp.
Business camp.
What the fuck?
What were you, what?
I don't know. I just remember my guidance counselor coming in and being like, Hannah, there's this camp that I really think you would be a good fit for. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, fine. And then the next thing I know, I'm at business camp and
You roll up like a log cabin with a briefcase.
no, like Presbyterian college, and it was like everybody was grouped, like it was like 12 different groups or something. And then in my group, it was like all girls except for Jeremy. And we were
Dang.
all 14, 15 years old and like thinking we're hot shit and stuff.
Sounds like
So,
the beginning of a porno.
I mean, for all intents and purposes.
I open up my briefcase and get my handcuffs out.
Yeah, it was weird. Like in hindsight, I'm like, what the fuck did I don't remember anything about that week except going. I remember I met this girl named Monica, who I kept calling Monique. And I met Jeremy, who ended up later touching my boobs.
Black
So-
out. God.
That's all I got. All I got.
Lots of business.
Business camp.
Camp.
Emphasis on the business.
Katie, what about the first time someone grabbed your boobies?
Doctor wise, it was the same time, we just discussed. I don't really remember it, except I remember thinking, I don't like this. And also he was wearing gloves.
That's not intimate.
Yeah.
Right. But I could still feel that his hands were like really cold. And I don't think I stressed enough how old this man was before. He was like very old. Like probably shouldn't have been practicing old.
Like from the crypt.
Not there yet, but like he didn't walk, he shuffled.
Bless his heart.
Right? So he's seen a lot of coochies. Yeah, I trusted judgment.
It's true. He's probably
Yeah.
desensitized at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh, yeah.
So he was just squeezed like all over, squeezing the over here, up here.
I know. I hate.
And then they like get over like up in your armpit, and I'm like, did I wear deodorant?
It tickles. I'm like, yeah, no.
Mine was at that. I was 17, and I always, for some reason, think that breast exams are more weird than vaginal exams.
Really?
Yes, because I'm just like,
Because you can see it.
they're like right there. I think that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look 'em in the eyes.
And they're just like sitting there, just doing their little movements around your boob, and you're just like, like
This is
icks
weird.
me. Icks me.
It icks you.
It grosses me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop. And their hands are always cold.
It's always cold.
Yeah.
Why?
It's cold in doctor's offices.
Well, then you're just like, hello.
At least give me a little.
Yeah.
Right.
I've always had
Yeah, everyone knows what that sound does.
good
Put that next to the mic.
starting fires over here.
I feel like that would
You
just make
touch
me
with your cold
laugh.
hands, okay?
Like if my doctor was just like, all right, we're going to do a breast exam.
No, I'd be like, yes, please. You're like,
Yeah. Well, probably not now.
I know.
well, no, but yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, Katie, do you prefer a female or male doctor? Or do you not care?
I've had mostly male doctors, and I think I prefer female because I don't feel like male doctors take my concerns as seriously as I do. Like a lot of times I've gone with questions or like concerns, and they just kind of like, they're just like, oh, like it's not a problem. And I'm like, well, it's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Like, so fix it. Or answer it.
Don't mansplain my own vagina to me.
Yeah,
Yes.
like when I was taking the letrozole, I was like, I don't want to keep taking it and not have a period because then I don't know when to take it. And he was like, just keep taking it. And I was like, no.
Ugh.
So then 6 months happened. I hadn't had a normal period then. I went to the doctor and he was like, well, you can't just say something didn't work because you only took one. And I was like, Dude, I've been fucked up for 6 months. Like, fix
so
me.
annoying.
Right.
Oh, was this when you were getting so sick? Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah, like when my stomach just hurt.
yeah, because I remember you texting us and being like, I just threw up at work again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
And then like my periods were like 45 and 50 days apart. Like, fucking weird, man.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway, he may have good ratings on the website, but I will not be returning to his office.
I don't blame you.
do not recommend.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm always more comfortable with a female, just in general. But I don't really, when I'm at the doctor and let's say I don't have a choice, I'm like, oh, okay, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But most of the time I always feel more comfortable with the female. Because I don't know, when I find out it's going to be a man, I'm like, oh, I have to mentally prepare for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, why? Why am I, when it's a female, I'm just like,
Whatever.
I
I
don't
think
know.
I also prefer a female, and I think it's because they're more familiar with the landscape. Like, guys can study vaginas their entire lives, but they don't know what it's like to have one.
Yeah.
Whereas a female, I'm like, she knows what to expect. She knows how gross these things are. Like, she knows what's going on down here. So it's just like a
And their
comfort.
hands are bigger. When they do their pelvic exam, I'm like, oh.
no,
Oh.
you're in there. Oh.
Okay.
Like, it's weird, right?
Can you have y'all ever had a hot,
Yes.
like a hot doctor? Really? I can't imagine.
I had a cute one. I wouldn't go hot. He
Oh.
wore,
Yeah, I
he
would
wore
say,
bow
like,
ties
maybe
and they like turned me off.
semi-attractive.
Okay, I'm not in
Yeah.
bow ties either.
Yeah.
No. I'd be like, no.
That would make me more uncomfortable.
That
'cause
was
it's like,
that was a breast exam too that day.
Because
for
I'd
me.
probably have a
Shit.
problem on the table. I'd be like,
excuse me.
I can't.
I just had to pee, I
I
swear.
just came.
I'm just always glad there's somebody else in the room. For real. That always does, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine
Their little sidekick.
it just being
whatever.
you two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be weird.
You know. I don't really mind either. Or I've had good female. I've had good male. I've had bad female, bad male. I don't know. I feel like sometimes guys can be a little more gentle down there because they don't quite know the lay of the land. Like, they do because they obviously have their degree. But then women are just like, oh, well, you're tough. You can handle a cold, whatever, fucking, here you go. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it really depends. But I've mostly had female. So I'm like, I'm okay. Like, if there's nothing I should change about her, like, whatever. So I've yet to find a good one here, though, because I've always just gone to, like, a family practice. Like, I've gone to one, but not, like, one that I keep going to that I like. I need to find a good one.
Go to Dr. Pyfram.
Who's
Really.
like
I love her.
progressive thinking. Because, like, when I went through my whole miscarriage thing, the lady, like, that I went to go, or the guy I went to go talk to was, like, just very, I don't know, like, you're never going to have a C-section. We're not going to do that for you, basically. And I'm like, fuck no, if I want one, I'm going to have one. I'm sorry. Like, no, like, I have the right to choose. So I need to find one who's, like, I don't know, more, I guess, liberal also.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't really care too much about male or female ones.
Has anyone had any weird OBGYN experiences?
I've had a really bad one.
We'll go.
Go ahead.
I was 16 and I had only ever been with one guy. It was a boy I had dated for 3 years. Like, so I was, you know, we didn't have sex that often, whatever. And I had started shaving my vagina for the first time. You know, I was kind of in a hurry, I guess, one of the times, and like nicked myself. And I got like a staph infection basically, but I didn't know that's what it was. So I had this like tiny little open sore that like wouldn't heal, and I was freaking out because I'm like, I've never slept with anyone else, like, unless he's cheated on me. And we're like, he was 6 months younger than me, and he was like a total dork. Like, the chances of him cheating, which, whatever, that's a different story.
Was he the uber Christian?
Yes.
Okay.
So, who ended up like getting someone else pregnant after we broke up. Anyways.
Better her than you?
So I was like freaking out, and I told my mom, like, I told her everything, and she's like, she went down there and looked, and she's like, well, it looks like it's, you just nicked yourself really bad. She's like, but we'll take you in, obviously, because I probably should have told her sooner. So we go to this, like, not my normal doctor back then. It was like this lady who was just, you could tell she was very arrogant, whatever. So I go in, I lay down, I'm already like freaking out because I'm like, I've never really had sex before, like, we barely ever did it, you know, and this thing had been on me for like weeks, and she doesn't even take a test. She just looks at me and she's like, oh, you have herpes.
Nope.
No fucking joke. Hands me a pamphlet. I am freshly 16, and like, I leave the like, I barely get my clothes back on, and I leave. I don't even like check out. I remember I just went down to my mom's car with this fucking pamphlet, and I was like, my life is over. Like, literally suicidal. Like, I was like, oh my God, I have sex with one person and I have fucking herpes. So, like, I texted my very quick, like, we had broken up for a little while, boyfriend at the time, who was the only person I had been with. And I was like, oh my God, have you been with anyone else? Like, I don't even care. Just tell me. And my mom was like, there's no way. She didn't even test you. Like, she didn't do, like, a culture. Nothing. So we make another appointment a week later because no one else was open to really get anything done. And the lady was so nice. She takes the test. She's like, oh, fuck no. You have a staph infection. Here's some cream. Here's this and this. Like, you're good. She's like, they told you what? That you had a... They literally... I was, like, trying to find, like, websites for, like, kids, basically, who had herpes. Because I was like, oh, there has to be someone else who has this. It was a disaster.
God.
It was probably the worst experience I've ever had in my life.
No, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Well, and so my mom, like, I remember she called them and, like, there was this whole issue. I never really know what the outcome of was it, but I remember she went back there and basically bitched out the doctor and was like, how dare you? Like, she's underage. You just let her leave without even, like, oh, it was a mess. I don't think they were in practice for very long after that. Like, I think my mom read the reviews online and they had a lot of other issues with women, just like pregnancies and like other issues. But oh my God, it was the worst experience. Like, I laugh about it now, but I was like, my life is over.
Yeah,
I
no,
like,
I would have
fuck.
fucking panicked.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was fucking awful. So, yeah. Katie, you want to...
I've been fucked by the wand a lot. The transvaginal probe. Like, I feel like an insane amount, like more than necessary. So.
Why? What are they doing with it?
Looking at my ovaries, because I had a cyst on one of them at one point. So that was like 2 trips with the probe. Had a couple of other trips with the probe for just various reasons I don't want to talk about. And it's just, you know, just not a big fan of the probe.
Just lots of probing happening.
Like, and they're not like nice about it. Like, they're like
kind of up there.
No, they're like jamming it at your cervix, like boom, 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 boom.
Well, because they have to get up
Well,
there.
yeah,
but
they
it's
have
like,
to. It's like a lot of
like-
pressure, and then they're like moving it around,
Ugh.
and then they're not gentle when they take it out. So it's like,
Yep. Yeah. You just, yep.
Ah.
Oh, Katie.
I know. No, thank you.
big no to the probe.
Yeah, no.
Is that like what they use when they put an IUD in? Like they go up in the cervix?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, do they go into the cervix with the probe though?
No, so it's like the probe's probably got an end on it, like this, maybe a little bit bigger than a quarter.
Oh, they go up there just kind of like...
Yeah, and it's like an ultrasound.
Oh.
Like an inner
They can
or
see,
But
in
still.
your-
Yep.
they can see like up in your uterus.
They're like pushing up there.
It's
They're, like, really
closer.
pushing up there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's,
Shit.
oh,
Hmm.
I don't like this. They're also like pushing down on you as they have it up in there. So
Yeah, because they're like they're trying to move your like stuff around
like
so they
trying to
can
fucking
see.
stuff a turkey. Sorry.
It's okay. I just want to make sure we hear you because this is good.
This is high quality content, Susie.
No, it's so bad.
I wouldn't say they're trying to stuff the turkey, but
But it's just, it feels like, you know.
yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, and it's got this like they put this like condom on it, right? Like
Yeah.
in one instance, it was a legitimate condom, and then and then in another, the other one's like it's like this plastic sleeve. So the sleeve has seams,
Oh.
so you
like
can
a-
like yes.
I've had this done before because I had one of my blood tests, my CA-125 was high, and they were all nervous like cancer. Like
Yeah.
it was just apparently that can fluctuate depending on your cycle. I'm like, why the fuck? They recommended, they just want money. I hate it that I had to go get that done. But now I'm remembering that was so long ago.
I remember one of the times I had it done, the little sleeve that they had. Oh, what?
Talking to your mic.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was up there. I'm like, meh. One of the sleeves they had on, it got stuck.
Ew, they had to pull
They had
it
to
out.
pull it out.
It's like I've had that happen with a condom before because I just like will clench and don't even realize it. And
That tight
it's
vagina
fucking
again.
embarrassing.
That's happened to me with the condom.
Yes,
before,
it's
too.
awful. Okay, but it's worse when you're at the doctor's
you're like,
office. Yes, because you gotta
like,
pull it out. Ugh. No, but then the lady was like, "Oh,
Yikes.
oh!" Like she like bent down. Oh my god, I was like, "Fuck me!" Like seriously.
You're
right
like, I'll
now?
get it. Please
No,
stop.
literally, I was like, just let me do it. But it's so much longer. It's not like a condom. It's just like,
Well, that and they they're very liberal with the jelly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then they're like, all right, we're gonna take the thing off and we're gonna leave you to like clean up. And they don't give you enough time to clean up before they're like
towels.
knocking on the door. Yeah, you got like fucking brown paper towels to wipe your shit with.
That's the worst.
And like
God.
the last time that happened, this lady was like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "No, bitch, I'm not ready.
I don't have pants
like,
on.
you left me in here with a crime scene. I'm not ready.
Seriously.
Like, I'll be out when I'm ready. Don't fucking knock on the door again. I'm so
I'll
mad.
open it.
That was
Yeah,
like me
it's-
after my IUD because I was on my period because they told me it's better to be on your period when you come in. And plus they used the jelly. So then they left me to clean up and it was like a fucking murder scene. Like, I'm
Yes.
like, holy shit. Like, it's all over the floor. I was like, do I have to
Yes.
clean that up? I feel like I should.
I had an instance where there was
Holy
like
shit.
a lot of blood everywhere, and like I was like, I can't leave this like this. So I
just
cleaned
like-
it up.
Oh my God.
Well, because like it's
Ugh.
hard to clean up blood because it's like viscous, and then you mix that with fucking petroleum
KY.
jelly.
Oh my
Yeah, and it's just like this slippery, slimy. Like you wipe, and somehow it makes more because you're spreading it around.
God. Fucking
There's no
awful.
wet wipes. There's nothing.
Just crouch over the
Fucking
sink in the room and
They
I
have-
should have. You know what I should have done is just like ripped that paper off, tied it around in a fucking like hula skirt, and been like, I'm not going to the next appointment. I'm just gonna go home because I need a fucking shower.
I took the stuff that's up on the bed thing. I just pulled it down and ripped it and just used all that shit for the floor.
yeah.
But like, it was everywhere. It was nuts.
I feel like next time, if that ever happens to me again, I hope it doesn't. Like, and because she was like really rough with it, and like I was asking her, I was like, "Can you please be more gentle?" And she was like, "I can't really be more gentle than this." I'm like, I think you
I
can.
bet you could.
Well, so let me think. I love how awkward I am today.
Well,
Sorry, I
you
was
can still
trying-
think because now I have to pee.
We're all peeing.
The only weird experience, well, I've had several weird experiences, but this is one that really pissed me off. But in college, I got an STD, and I had already had like itching and soreness because of the said STD, and it was just awful. So it's like a yeast infection times like 1,000. And I just remember the lady. It was at the doctor's office on USC campus, so she saw students all day. And she was so aggressive, like
Really?
with all the tools. And she was also, I remember, being super judgy with me. I remember she told me, she was like, well, there's no reason for anyone to get an STD unless they were just being careless.
Bitch.
Wow.
And I was like, I could have been raped for all like
Yeah.
she knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
Fuck
That's
her.
Like what that lady was
It was
like,
nuts.
misdiagnosed me. She basically was like,
Yeah. So she said
oh, fuck.
that, and then I was like, well, yeah, I mean, and then I felt like I had to explain myself because I was,
No.
21. It was just young, and I was just like, oh, I was drunk, and I didn't even know. Like, that's the first time I've had sex, like, one night stand with anybody ever. And she was just like, didn't even care. She's like, well, there's free condoms everywhere. There's no excuse. Yeah.
Well, my weirdest experience is a little more lighthearted, so it might be a good one to end on. And I may have told y'all this. I feel like I may have told this story already. But I was living by myself in Greenville and needed more birth control and didn't have insurance. So I was like, I'll just go to the clinic. So it's like a $50 for everything type thing. But at this clinic, they also performed abortions. Well, since I was single, that's one of the few teeny tiny little moments in time where I was single. So I'd been out the night before with a friend of mine and we had just drank our fucking faces off, like absolutely hammered. So the next morning I wake up and go to the doctor's office because I'm like, I gotta go get my birth control. Like, it's gotta happen. I'm super hungover. And I get there and there's all these like abortionists, like anti-abortion protesters outside, like right at the driveway of the place. And so like as I'm driving in, they're like holding their signs up against the window and like calling me a murderer and shit like that. And I'm like, God,
I'm just
like-
there for birth control.
I was like, I'm not a murderer, but I do wish I was dead right now. You have no idea. Like I was so hungover. I was 23 at the time, like ridiculously hungover. So got in there and there's like all these, and it's like really awkward because after that, everyone like gets into the lobby and they're like looking around and everybody's like, are you here for an abortion? Are you here for an abortion? And like, even when you check in, they're like, are you having a procedure done today? I'm like, no, ma'am, just a regular birth control appointment kind of thing. But I was so dehydrated from being exceptionally hungover that Like I couldn't pee in the cup.
Oh, yeah.
And that's like a requirement. So I was like sitting in the bathroom forever and I was like, please just pee. Please, please, please. But I was just like the driest human being to ever live. I was SpongeBob out of water.
Oh
like,
my god.
so dry. I was like, I just need to pee. So finally got like the tiniest amount of pee humanly possible into this cup and go to the doctor. And it's the only time I've seen a male doctor. It's like I'm in the stirrups and have cat shit mouth from all my smoking the night before.
God.
And and he's like, so do you smoke? I'm like, nope.
Absolutely not.
I was like, no, I really don't. And he's like, awesome. And he gives me a high five between my knees. I'm like, all right, man, high five. That's cool. I'm lying to you right now. So bad. But I don't smoke in general. I really don't. This was before I smoked weed or anything. Like
It's like when you're drinking.
yeah, I just had smoked like half a pack because I was so incredibly drunk the night before. Like top 10.
Half a pack.
Smoked a lot of cigarettes.
I'm
that
like
night.
a one cigarette if I'm drinking, not even a full cigarette.
No, I
just
oh
like-
shit. I also had a one night stand that night.
Yeah, girl.
So I was all full of man juice. We can cut that if we need to.
Yeah.
No, that's
the accents are
amazing.
fucking Great.
So yeah, I was like, okay, this is
Man
my life.
juice.
Hello. No, I don't smoke. And no, I don't sleep around. And no, except for last night, right before I see you.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I got through all that. He gave me the high five, got my birth control prescription, and then I'm driving home. And about 30 seconds before I pull into my driveway, I can see my driveway. I throw up all over myself in my car.
Oh,
Just threw up everywhere. My neighbors across the street were having a yard sale, so I opened the door and continued to throw up outside the door, so they all saw it. And like I just walked in the house, just kept my back to them, and I was like, you know what? This is my life. Fuck you guys. I'm going through some stuff right now, okay?
Damn.
So
That is a little more lighthearted.
it's memorable. It's a
Yes.
very memorable lady doctor visit for sure.
Well, what are our lessons to our longer selves? Lungs? Katie.
I would like to tell my younger self, they don't care what your vagina looks like. They look at them all day. They've definitely seen some kind of crazy shit that doesn't even compare.
Oh yeah.
They don't care if you shave your legs. But they probably don't like it if you fart on the table, so don't do that. I've never done that, but now I kind of want to.
Next time they're getting rough up in there, just
I'm
let one fly.
I'm gonna slap her. I'm gonna slap her hand.
No, just let a fart out and be like, sorry, you're pushing on things too hard.
Oh, don't push that one.
Or as my grandma would say, ooh, pressure.
Yeah. You should also be really vocal about your concerns and what you want. Don't let them be shitty with you. They may know more than you, but they don't like know more than you. Does that make sense?
They don't know your body.
They don't know you like you know you.
That's right.
And there ain't nobody like you.
That's right.
Except for you.
True facts.
That's right.
That's it.
Good.
Yeah, Sandra. What about you? What would you tell your younger self?
My younger self, I would say all doctors / nurse practitioners, PAs, whoever's seeing you, they're all different. So, you know, they're all going to have different ways of doing things and talking to you. And just so expect a variation of just like how every person's different. So I feel like I had like the greatest lady for so long. And then I saw someone new and was just like, what the fuck is this
Who
shit?
are you?
So just, you know, things could change. But it's a weird visit in general, but it's so important to go. Don't skip it. Don't be nervous and not go. Like, I had a friend who didn't go till she was like 22 because she was just scared. And I was like, you have to go.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is important, not just because, not if you want birth control, but just for your health in general. It's extremely important. And don't skip any information if you have something to say. If you have any sort of symptoms going on and you're like embarrassed about it, I don't know. Tell them. Don't skip out on it or be embarrassed to say like you're itching or there's pain or something. And don't make assumptions. And do not Google your symptoms.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
Don't.
Stay off WebMD.
Just
Yeah.
don't, because
Don't.
you're gonna freak yourself out and probably give yourself anxiety when you didn't have it before. You're probably gonna give yourself anxiety for the rest of your life because of that one Google search. So stop. Also, if you want a female doc, then just tell them. Don't worry about feeling needy or because sometimes I feel like there were times where I wanted a female doctor and I was just like, oh, I'm chill, like, and I can be, but I do prefer a female at times.
Nothing wrong with that.
So, Susie.
Yeah, kind of the same. don't be afraid to voice your opinions, and if you don't like who you have as a doctor, don't be afraid to be like, I want somebody else next time. You could do it anonymously, whatever, like at the front desk. It's not like they're gonna tell them. And yeah, I don't know, just fucking breathe. Don't clench so much. Just relax. Yeah, I don't know. That's it.
Yeah, mine's similar. Just relax. Don't overthink it. I mean, I think overall I must have done a decent job of not being too worked up about it, since I don't remember most of it. Or just drink excessively before you go, apparently, is fine. I never did that. To be fair, with the exception of the one time with the abortion clinic, like I never was drunk or
I'd be like, hey, why you down there?
Yeah, since you're here, anything look amiss?
You give me some pointers.
But yeah, just relax and don't overthink it. You know, they're professionals. They know what they're doing. It's every single woman should be doing this. So it's not like there's any reason for you to be embarrassed by it. And then also when she says that she doesn't like to give IUDs to women who haven't had children, ask for one anyway. Like, you can handle it, clearly. Like, now looking back, I'm like, obviously I handled it. But when I asked for it the first time, she's like, it's just so painful. I'm like, bitch, give me some credit. Like, I don't want to have babies. Just pop that bad boy in me for a little bit. Because, yeah, if you can get an IUD and you like it, that is 5 years of worry-free sex right there. That's all I'm saying. Younger self, get on that train early and fast.
I have a final story, but it's not really about the actual procedure place. My very first trip to the gynecologist was at the health department, and I was sitting next to this lady, and she was like very obviously sick. We were just like talking, and she was like, they called her back, and she looked at me and she was like, you need to look at your vagina. She was like, don't be embarrassed. She was like, get a mirror and look at it. She was like, I never looked at my vagina, and she had some sort of like vulva cancer.
Oh, fuck.
And she was like, I didn't know because I never looked at it. She was like, look at your shit. She didn't say look at your shit. She was like, you need to look at your vagina.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's like in Fried Green Tomatoes where Kathy Bates is too embarrassed to look at it and she's all upset. I'm like, that's such a powerful moment.
movie.
It's so good. She's like, I can't even look at my vagina.
So, see, like that, I don't, for whatever reason, like it scared me kind of. So like I look at my vagina all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
When I was younger, I had one of those books that was like, you know, puberty and you, like those little like drawn whatever things. And there was one page I remember it was like, take a fucking handheld mirror and get personal with yourself. Like, check it out down there. And legitimately did that. And I was like, wow.
No, because think about it. You look at like your front side all the time. And if you notice something different, you would question it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you should be looking at all sorts of things on your body. Cause,
Check it out on the daily.
Yeah, if you don't see it, then what are you going to do?
Just make it part of your routine. Just be like, hello down there. How you doing?
I got to do it because I'm so bad at shaving. I'm going to have to like get a mirror and be like fucking ape in my shower. Like,
God, when you cut yourself down there, God, it's the worst.
Yeah. I look so unbelievably attractive when I'm in the shower shaving my pussy. I gotta get my little ass hair too, and I'm like,
oh, you gotta like bend and like pull the
no, I'm
Y'all,
like,
this is the time.
one cheek wall, other cheek wall.
And you're like, I think I got it. I don't know. My ass is so fucking huge. I don't fucking know. How far does that go up?
yeah,
All
you're like
the way.
You're like feeling around. You're like, oh shit, there's some in the crease. Like,
My
I've
butthole's
never
basically
seen
at my hip. So.
a picture of like my bum like that up close until like we had the little butt plug and we tried, and I was like, oh God, your girl's I gotta get it. Not that it's that bad,
you got
but
a
like
Chewbacca asshole.
it's a little, yeah. Well, because I don't get up in there with the razor, so
No, I have a
now's
lot
the
of
time
hair
for me
there.
to get a wax because, well, fucking everything's closed, but I'm just gonna not shave for.
I love
2 months.
waxing. Even like she gets it
And-
all. She's just like, whoop. Alyssa takes good care of
I'm
me.
gonna, yeah.
And honestly, I was thinking about it, and I think she has seen my vagina more than anyone in this entire world except maybe
The
Henry.
only part that I'm terrified is like you were spread eagle in front of these people.
Doesn't matter.
They
I mean,
spread you butt cheeks.
you get so used to it. And there was literally one time last summer, and it was Katie. You went with me, like you waited in the lobby, but it was so hot outside. Like, it was one of the really hot, humid days that the wax wasn't
that hurt
pulling all the way
after?
off.
Yeah, we went and got my tattoo
Yeah.
after.
Yeah, and
I
so she
love
was like
it.
literally just like picking bits of wax off my butthole, and I'm like, this is intimate. But she was just like whoop 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 whoop. And I'm like,
Yeah, see, I kind of want to. When
All
all
right.
this shit blows over, I'm gonna go get a wax.
it's worth it. I miss it.
I've never
Can
had
we all
one.
go get butthole waxes together and
Yeah,
talk
because
about
I
it?
need one. Yeah, can we? Okay,
It's
cool.
fine. I have a wax pass personally, so
We get them like bleach too while we're at it.
Now, JVN says you don't need to bleach your asshole. You just need to exfoliate it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, can I change my what I'm loving to this week to this conversation right now? Because, fuck.
Well, perfect timing.
Yeah, so that's what we're talking about right now. So we're loving this week. I feel like we haven't really talked about anything in a while because, like, our last episode, we didn't really, like, we just put out, like, what?
Last week was a throwback episode.
Yeah, and then before that, I think we were all in, like, weird-ish places. But so now we're talking about things we're loving. Hopefully we have some wonderful things to talk about. Katie.
I'm loving that I'm back on my antidepressants and my anti-anxiety medication.
Yay.
I felt like it was time. I was too depressed to drink water.
Aww.
So I was like, maybe that's not right. So what's up, Wellbutrin? We're back, baby.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, it's weird. I literally just got a text message from an old coworker that says Klonopin and Zoloft.
That's my anti-anxiety medicine.
Oh.
I love a Klonopin.
Yeah, weird timing. Like, as you were saying that out loud, it
Well,
popped up.
shoot. The bottle says as needed, and I'm like, sweetie, I need it
Day.
every day.
Oh.
Like, maybe twice a day. But I don't do that.
You feel better, though?
Well, I've only been taking it for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
It takes 2 weeks or so before it really...
Klonopin's gonna.
Klonopin works quickly.
That's like, you're great.
And that's anti-anxiety?
Oh, good.
So, big fan. Big fan. That's it.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
That's a
Yeah,
good
that's
thing to
good. I'm
love.
glad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, I am loving my bedroom makeover. And I'm loving the 2 best friends that I've met on my daily walks with Maggie. Okay, so pretty much every day now I take Maggie on a walk around Glencairn Garden, which is, beautiful natural garden in Rock Hill. And I've noticed that every time we cross a certain bridge, there's always a goose and a turtle hanging out together. And they are best friends. And it's the most wholesome, beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Did you name them?
No, but they're always together, just goose and turtle. And so, like, even today, like, the goose was swimming, but the turtle was still, like, really close by. And I was like, oh, y'all are best friends. So I've been taking pictures anytime that, like, they're within, photo range of each other, and I'm going to do a montage of their friendship because it's so beautiful.
About my best friend.
I know, because, like, every day I stop and I'm like, they're still together. They're best friends. Like, this,
Why does that sound like a TikTok?
it's so cute. So that's what I'm loving, are that goose and turtle best friend duo.
That's so cute.
Yeah. I'll show you pictures after this. It's really adorable.
Yeah, I want to see.
Please.
You need to name them.
And I should.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But Sandra, what are you loving?
Recently I've been going back into the office and I didn't realize that I missed going into the office, but I've very much missed going into the office. And it's just crazy to say that because before I was just like, oh my God, like I hate it. But man, I need structure. Like, and it's just, I forgot, like there's a fucking barista. Like, why am I complaining ever?
Oh my gosh.
It's been really nice, but I've only been going in like a couple days a week, but it just feels, it's good. Other than that, actually, I'm going to change it. I've gone back and started watching Housewives of New York because I forgot. I'm like, how the fuck could I forget? Like Ramona, geez, like Sonia, and they're just like crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love these women. They're hysterical. They get fucking schmammered all the time. And I was like, oh, I haven't seen this season yet. And I pressed play and it was like, this season on Housewives of New York. And they're all just fucked up making out at this beach house.
Holy shit.
And they're cracking up, like flashing their boobs and being like, bloop, 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 and just being insane. And I'm like, oh my God, I forgot.
I mean, who among us?
I mean, they were a level 10 on the how wild are you feeling scale.
Were they at Walmart, though? Because that's a different level of titties.
I mean, I'm guessing they don't go to Walmart, so
They know.
I'll be taking 2 weeks off soon. That'll be nice. Just to have a little vacay, I guess. I don't know. Not a whole lot else. Life's just kind of meh right now.
There's not a lot going on in the world right now. We're all kind of just
I turned my
chilling.
plane by my face.
it was a beautiful
yesterday.
day out today.
Yes, no, I'm thankful for the weather. It could be gloomy and rainy because those few days where it was stormy and stuff, I got like real depressed. I was like, fuck this shit. But yeah, no, that. And I bought like this like razor thing off Amazon. It was really cool. And like shaved all the little peach fuzz off my face.
So it like exfoliates or it just.
Yeah, it's like the first layer of your skin and all the peach fuzz, which like makes your makeup go on smoother and like kind of helps with like skin, like the tone, I guess, because I have really bad like sunspots and stuff on my face when I was in the sun a lot as a kid. A lot of it just freckles, but I have some bigger ones that I will probably have to have looked at soon, just because they're a little, you know. But it helps with just like evening out your skin tone, I feel like. So I don't know how often I'm supposed to do it. I have to Google that, but I saw it on TikTok. And this girl had so much shit come off her face. It was so satisfying just to like watch her scrape. And she was like, she had darker hair, so like, you know, it showed up more on it. But it looked amazing. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. There was like all this stuff, and her skin looked so nice afterwards. And I don't have that much fuzz on my face, but
I did
had some like nasty skin coming off.
I had a really satisfying ingrown hair that I should have sent you, Sandra. I'm sorry.
I could watch this shit all day
Next
long.
time.
Like, I don't even. So yeah.
Well, speaking of next time, I want to play a drinking game.
Oh, can't we?
So let's do that. Like, they have all kinds
I
of.
won't be working after that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking maybe we record on Saturday or Sunday since nothing's open anymore. We could do.
Off Tuesday because it's my birthday.
That's right. Sandra's turning 30. Okay, well, maybe I'll take Tuesday. Maybe we should all just take Cinco de Mayo off. Katie's checking. Anyway, I want to play a drinking game next time. I didn't discuss this with you guys before, but they have all kinds, like the card games, and then they even have some like virtual ones where it's like a never have I ever with drinking. I just think it'll be fun to mix it up. We haven't been around each other for so long.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm down.
Throw up later. But in the meantime, if you're not already, please follow us on social media. So we're Listen You Beautiful Bitch on Instagram and Facebook. We also have a website, listenyoubbeautifulbitch.com. And on there you can find our user submission or listener submission area, which is just listenyoubbeautifulbitch.com/heybitch. And there's a button on the website that says advice. It's really easy. But yeah, that's where you can send in any kind of topic requests, any questions you may have, any fun stories that you think would be hilarious for us to read. Like, seriously, we just love hearing from you guys. So send us that, or you can DM us on Instagram. Anything like that is fine. We just love hearing from you and love knowing that you're out there listening. And we're close to 10,000 downloads, just for the record.
What?
Yeah,
Nice.
we're coming up
Holy
on
shit,
10,000.
That's exciting.
So that is really exciting. And then, yeah, speaking of 10,000 downloads, 10,000 times this show has been downloaded. So please, somebody, anybody, go leave a review.
Nobody
It's like clearly somebody out there is listening to it.
we're all still quarantined. So
What can I
come
do?
on.
What do you need from us?
What do you need me to do to write a review?
Leave it. We'll read it out.
Sandra will.
Oh yeah.
Masturbate to it. We already know that.
Yeah, that already happens.
That's a given. I don't know what else you need. So
Yeah, you could pick the drinking game, or I don't know. You could like ask us questions to answer during our drinking game or something. Like just no holds barred. Just
we'll
like,
take a shot for every review we get this week.
Oh fucking shit.
Or for every review, we take 3 shots.
Okay, we'll take 3 shots for every review we get this week.
I mean, we went from one extreme to like okay.
To Sandra extreme.
Gotta be tequila because it's Cinco de Mayo.
How about
That's
for
true.
every 3 reviews we take 1 shot?
I'm cool with the 1-to-1. Let's compromise with a 1-to-1
1-1?
ratio.
Okay.
Sorry.
But it's Sandra's birthday, and so we need to celebrate anyway.
We
Everybody,
do.
for Sandra's birthday, go leave a nice review for us, because that is such a good... And she gets the email. She's the one that gets the emails about the reviews. So yeah. Anyway, well, until then, we'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
And bye. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh, ah, do, do, do.